Pre-Suasion, a revolutionary way to influence and persuade, by Robert B. Cialdini. You are down on one knee and about to ask the big question. No one would deny that an intense amount of preparation has been done before this moment, so that yes will be the answer. Robert B. Cialdini, well-known expert on the psychological aspects of persuasion, writes this book to explain what goes on before the big question, but it is, of course, aimed at business and marketing rather than romance. The point of persuasion is to disclose what we can do to move people in our direction so that they are more willing to give assent to our idea or message before they actually encounter it. What is the most effective way to prepare your clients and potential customers ahead of time so they will say yes when you get to the pitch? Cialdini's expertise is grounded in years of research and study that has earned them the title the Godfather of Influence. His 1984 book, Influence: The Psychology of Persuasion, won him notoriety in the field and yielded the now accepted 6 principles of influence. He has continued to conduct research into the science of what makes people say yes to requests and be open to ideas. Cialdini identifies the lack of attention as the biggest barrier faced when presenting a new idea or message. Persuasion is designed to give you insights to help you capture, hold, and channel that much-needed attention so that you can move them in your direction, influencing them in some way. This preparation is like the frame surrounding your message, and it deserves more of your time and energy than you are likely giving it. One reason getting someone's attention is key is that whatever we give our attention to becomes important and relevant to us. This is known as the focusing illusion. In the same vein, we give our decision-making attention not on all the input or information we receive, but on the specific information we are focused on at the time. Cialdini recommends several tactics to get attention. 1. Privileged moments. 2. Assumed causality. 3. Attention-grabbing stimuli. 4. Need for cognitive closure. 5. Power of association. Privileged moments are moments when a person is particularly vulnerable to your suggestion for a short time. It can be brought about by a carefully crafted question. If, for example, you're going to present something novel and forward-thinking that requires an open mind, you might ask if the person is adventurous. The internal response of the audience is to want to be adventurous, so they think of themselves as adventurous and are more likely to prove that they are adventurous by being open to your suggestion. Assumed causality is an extension of the focus illusion, making use of directed focus. The more we focus on a particular point, the more it seems to be the cause. A copy machine representative might, for example, hint that deals are lost when the copy machine is backed up or out of commission, leaving you without a way to print the needed documents. In reality, there are lots of reasons deals fall through. But with this thread introduced, the copier becomes the cause of failed deals in your mind. You become more open to fixing that perceived problem. Attention-grabbing stimuli refers to topical associations that grab attention. These are based on evolutionary areas that were important to survival: sex, threats, and novelty. If one of these topics can be related to what you are presenting, it boosts attention. Attention is most easily grabbed if the content is related in some way to the sexual, the threatening, or the novel. During the recent pandemic, for example, showing the threatening nature of the disease was widely used to move us to action, from buying masks to getting the vaccinations. Need for cognitive closure refers to the Zeigarnik effect, named after the Soviet psychologist who postulated it, stating that people tend to remember a task or event that was interrupted more readily than one that was completed. That is why, if there is a sense of mystery or postponement of the reveal moment, people tend to get hooked. Maybe you've seen this tactic used in Facebook ads as they postpone the reveal of some key information like the 5 most healthy foods to prevent cancer or the 1 thing you can do to cure knee pain. Postponing these until the end of the presentation, you might continue to scroll and read, investing time. When you actually find out that you must sign up or purchase the ebook to get the information, you actually consider it because of the investment you've made. You just want to close the deal. The power of association can both grab attention and hold it. After getting attention, using the power of association is a powerful tool to stir emotion and connection. One way to do this is to shift negativity to positivity. If, for example, the project you are going to propose is being questioned, instead of arguing the point, shift attention to relatable positives. Here's an example from our small town. Opening a warming station was being explored, and some were opposed to it, thinking it would bring in more homeless people than we already had. Instead of arguing the point, the presenter shifted the attention to the cases of homeless people dying of exposure in cold areas like ours, thus stirring emotions and suggestions that the warming station would save lives. Emotions were stirred. Who could stand up against saving lives? Associations like a type of music, a beautiful nature scene, or awakened childhood memories are often used to soften and stir connections. Cues like these create connections subconsciously in the client and prepare them to be more readily influenced by what you have to say. As you can see, these tactics are familiar. They have probably been used on you. Cialdini writes both to inform those seeking to influence and the potential client or consumer. As a consumer, it is good to be aware of the ways you can be influenced without really realizing it. As entrepreneurs, it is helpful to know these ways to boost the appeal of your message. Of course, tactics like these must be used with care and moral responsibility. The last part of Cialdini's book explores the controls on entrepreneurs to use the knowledge shared in the book in an ethical way. Of course, there is nothing wrong with the guy down on his knee having properly prepared for the moment of his proposal. He obviously used some pre-suasion tactics, and he wants her yes. This book gives anyone with a proposal in mind, business and otherwise, some significant persuasion tactics to achieve their own yes.